Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Good morning. Welcome to your Monday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day. With your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Joe Sibilia. With news guy Al Gottulo. And traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Those fingers in my hair, that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, the heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes, indeed, in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to.
Yeah, we're on the air.
So
Talking about your French toast or Gatorade?
Listen, it's great. Mr. Sinatra, thank you. Yeah, Carolyn Lee wrote that song. And Cy Coleman. Cy Coleman?
Yeah, Cy Coleman, I think you're right, yeah.
So, it's Joe on the radio. We're at the Law Enforcement Against Drugs. We're in Atlantic City. And this is a great organization. Congressman Scalise is going to join us. Alan Dershowitz is going to join us. Nick DeMoro from Leeds is going to join us. My friend Joseph Grano, Wall Street legend, will join us. Let us know about the economy. And everybody's here. Albert's here. Debbie's here. We got Joe Sibilia is here. Andy doing a great job engineering. Thank you, Andy. Matt is doing a great job, as always, manning the studio in New York. Charlie's answering the phones at 877-970-2999. Kara is here. Our social media genius is here. And we are just so proud to be here on Part of Lead. Now, let's get to the important things. Mikey is performing tonight and opening for the B Street Band. The B Street Band is a Bruce Springsteen-type band. Great musicians. But Mikey's going to be opening with his band, with his two guys, Jem and Graham. A great group, by the way. So we're going to have some fun. Hi, how are you? And then we're going to have some fun. And then she has no idea who I am. She just said some guy's talking in the microphone. I have no idea who that strange man is. So now everybody's coming down in the family. So the girls are coming down. Olivia
Nice.
and Allie are coming down, which is great. Who's bringing them down? Who do you think's bringing them down? Well, the ex is bringing them down. Kimberly bringing them now. So it's a 3-hour drive down. I don't want to say go back home. Thank you for being here and see Michael. I got Michael on the band setup.
Yeah.
What do you say to your ex? Do you say I have? I could say to my daughters, stay in the. I have a nice suite.
Yeah.
You could stay and crash out with Dad if you want on the couch outside. You don't say that to your
I
ex.
accidentally got 2 beds for my room, so if she needs a place to stay, she can always crash with me. More than happy.
I said, what
Nah, she'll go home.
She will go home. Right?
Yeah, you will.
She'll go home.
Come on.
You and I have similar
Really?
plans, though. You're hanging out with your ex. I'm hanging out with my
Well,
ex.
what are you looking at me
This is
for?
quite
I only have
the
one bed.
Yeah. How big is the bed?
Fairly large. That's not the point.
It's
I
a
like
Zoftic
I like
bed.
to spread out.
Honey?
I'm fat. Have you seen?
Honey?
Have you looked at me?
No, I'm telling you. So that's the drama we will unfold tomorrow morning. Stay tuned to as Piscopo
it'll be one
turns.
of two. It'll be one of two things. Either you will be dressed to the nines and there will be no issues, or you will be in the lavender shirt that I bought you and maybe a pair of shorts. And hi, everybody, how you doing? What a great night. I got about 10 minutes of sleep.
No,
well, I didn't say it was good. I'm just saying,
Al will not be wearing his used jacket.
we call them exes, but I call them mother of my children. So
Yes.
they always have to respect that.
Yeah, but
so
do you have 2 beds in your room?
I got one big bed. See, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's
I stayed in that tower the last time I was here. Very nice.
Yeah,
Nice ocean view.
it's beautiful. It's
Beautiful.
It's
The
beautiful.
rooms here are spectacular.
They really
Yes,
are.
they really are.
They really are. So stay tuned. We'll see what's going on, and where. But anyway,
Maybe she can stay with the late Frank Morano. He's down in Cape May. Maybe he's got a spare room.
Pull out couch, something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I just hate for her to drive all the way back.
Yeah, no.
Get a car
We
for
should
her.
get in touch with Frank. See if he,
These are dad problems. I mean, is my life like a soap opera? Am I right?
Sort of.
Well, you know what?
Days of our
Maybe
lives.
she
Cara,
maybe
don't
she got a
listen
room.
to all this. This is
Wait
all
a
like
second.
dumb talk.
Maybe she
Please.
got a room, knowing
Too
that she's bringing. Hang on a second.
What?
Knowing that she's bringing Michael down, right? Michael's not going back tonight.
I got
when
the
he's
boys
done.
a room. I
Right,
got the band
okay,
a
so
room.
so maybe she's coming down and she's going to stay with the boys, or she got a room for herself because she's bringing the girls down.
All
I would highly doubt that she's going to drive all the way down here, watch Michael for an hour or whatever how long he's playing, and then get in the car and drive back. That's silly.
Yeah. Well, not worried.
10 minutes away is one thing. 2 hours, that's another.
A shout out, by the way. Ooh, let me change the subject. A shout out.
Is
to
this making you uncomfortable?
a little bit?
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. 'Cause
Really?
you know me. I worry about.
Oh, let's
everything.
continue. No, please. We've got time. We've got plenty of time.
No, we don't.
Plenty
There's
of
so
time.
much news happening that I'm talking about.
Plenty of time.
But the question is this:
Yeah.
if you could give us a call, is your ex shows up? She is the mom of your children, so you have to be cordial,
Right.
respectful,
Yeah.
and welcome them. And
Unless you're me.
and give them the
You're
Yeah.
a gentleman.
All right, I'll
Fine.
get you out of this. I
Right.
got a doozy of a story for you real quick. I spoke with the estate lawyer on Friday.
Here we go.
So they're closing on my mom's place in about a week and a half. They've locked everything up.
Get
this,
the
that,
bag.
whatever.
Get
Get
the
the
bag.
bag. No, forget about that.
Fortune.
My sister still has not moved any of the stuff out that she says she is taking.
which you've asked politely.
Politely for about 4.5 months.
Yeah.
So the lawyer is kind of at his wit's end now and said, what should I do? And I said, well, we've had this discussion already. Time to call in a junk crew and get it out. There are 2 pieces that I want. Here's the 2 pieces that I want. The rest of it, it's gone.
Yeah.
So when I go down there this Friday, if the stuff ain't, it'll be gone.
This is all
because
the
that's it.
state-oriented kind of thing?
Yeah, because
Can you
to
call
sell it
Mike
is
Connors?
ridiculous.
Just call Mike Connors, please.
No.
We'll settle everything.
We
You
got it. We got it taken care of.
Yeah.
It's now we have to bring in a junk crew to take everything out, and my sister's going to walk in there and find nothing. It's going to be bare to the cupboard, which
You're
is
the
great.
worst.
No, listen. I have been
Yeah.
more than gracious
Yeah.
for almost 4.5 months for her to get this stuff out. She's
You're right.
claiming to the lawyer she
You're
was
right.
not given enough time.
You're right.
Sorry, 4.5 months is plenty of time.
Hey, Debbie, do you have room in your room, by the way, in case Kimberly
Yeah.
comes down? Kimberly comes down. You might.
Sure, it's no problem. I mean, but we
It'll be a
have
girls' night.
we actually have the roll-in bed.
Yeah.
You
You got one of those?
Yeah. You can roll one in.
Your sister was
in
great,
your
though.
room,
That
too.
was great last night.
You really want him to
yeah.
have a roll in bed with
well,
his
see,
ex-wife?
that's the thing.
Your ex-wife
Well,
can roll.
think about that.
You have the roll-in bed
God,
in
oh
your
my
room.
God, what do I do? Because I want the
Put
girl.
a sheet up.
I want
Here, hang this.
Divider.
You got privacy. Don't worry about it. Oh, what a
because
situation.
you gotta. I want the kids to come down, and I got everything set up, and the girl Mikey's all set,
Right.
and then the girls I could put out in the couch out there because it's a big suite, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do you
You can
say
get the roll-in bed. Just have her join you guys. It'll be a family affair.
yeah,
You'll be
why not
hanging
the
out
roll-in
together
bed?
again.
Oh, I know. I'm telling you, Joe's going to come down here tomorrow morning frazzled. His hair's going to be standing up. He's going to be throwing topics in to try and keep, the color. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
There's enough
topics on my pillow I left it there. Yeah,
This could be a show.
I know.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
a reality show.
Well, my big question, Joe, is will I finally get to meet Allie? This could be the big day.
But is your ex
Oh,
gone?
that's right.
She's gone. She's
Good.
gone for the week.
Good. Absolutely.
okay.
I'll be proud to meet you.
Oh, wow.
My beautiful daughter like that. Look at this. There's Mary. She handles the
Stacey,
account for
yeah.
Lead, and Stacy, who bought the Lead account to the station.
Yep.
They're talking and they're scheming. How are we going to get Joe's ex-wife?
Right. We're getting a roll in bed, or we not getting a roll in bed?
Just get the roll-in bed. That's all. I'm telling you.
They're the Best
It
Western
works.
around the block. Just stay there. Yeah.
No.
Joe's going to take a video. There's going to be a big white sheet hanging somewhere in the room, and the roll in bed is going to be over there. It's going to be great.
You always got to respect the mother of your children. I'm always grateful for
That's
that.
smart.
Amen.
Joe's going
And
to come
a
down
smart
tomorrow.
man.
I had to sleep in the roll in bed.
And
I gave her the king.
Listen.
That's it. That's what's
Charlie's,
gonna happen.
Charlie's mom got married. Did you know she got married?
Yes, I did.
As we heard, yes.
Yeah, well, oh, really? What? I'm sorry. What was that? Praise Jesus.
If only this was a television show, you could have seen that.
Well, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, true.
That's the point.
Oh, man, the reality show that is Piscopo, right here, 8:15. Believe it or not, there are things going on in the world, but let's talk about...
Why bother? I mean,
Let's talk about my personal life here. Law Enforcement Against Drugs is a great organization. We are here. We are here in Atlantic City at the beautiful Hard Rock. They have turned this property around. Now, don't forget, we're posing for a picture. Hi, smiling. There it is. Thank you, Kara. So this was the old Taj Mahal. Now, I'm probably the oldest here at our little table here that has been at the Taj when it opened.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And can I say something, too? And
Sure.
and this is just an objective comment. So when you go through and you go through life and you go through the ups and downs of your career, and I remember, you hit and something doesn't work, a movie doesn't work or something like that, and Lord knows I've had enough of those, where you go through a tough time. So I remember with Kimberly, we would come down to this property, and Donald Trump ran it. And with the late great Dennis Gomes was who they called a Trump executive. He was meticulous. He was a legend down here. He passed away. We lost him way too soon.
Yes.
Dennis Gomes,
I remember
what a
that.
classy guy, and love to his family who is still in the area. They would get anything I needed, and Donald. We knew him as the Donald back then. Whatever Joe needs, you just take care of it. I do the
Nice.
gym. They get me a room like
Nice.
that. See, I don't forget that. And people always go, "Oh, how could you vote for the guy?" Well, because he was nice to me 35 years ago. For God's sake, is that a bad thing to say?
No, 21 years ago when the Taj Mahal was here and the arena still named after Mark Geddes.
Mark Geddes. That's right.
They held the first Ultimate Fighting Championship fight right here in this arena when it was legalized in New Jersey.
yeah.
And Donald Trump was here.
yeah.
He walked through, said hello to everybody, walked right out. Fantastic night.
You know what? It always was nice. So now to see, I understand the Seminole tribe came in and now owns this, and they're in Florida and here, and this property. I didn't think it could get better. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I'll tell you
It
what,
is, really
world class.
is.
And then I meet guys like when we went in and I met everybody at the Oak Ridge Steakhouse. What's it called again?
Charter Oak.
Charter Oak.
Charter
Yeah,
Oak.
Oak Ridge.
It was-
You're thinking of the Oak Ridge
Oak
Boys.
Ridge
Matt,
Boys.
let's come back with Oak Ridge Boys in the next break.
The Charter Oak Ridge Boys Steakhouse. It was great.
It was
I think
good.
the Oak Ridge Boys have a
Delicious.
Jimmy Buffett's
Hi,
down
y'all.
in town, and
Like
so
hee-haw.
everybody. And you saw Debbie. Everybody was so nice.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
talking to everybody.
Amazing.
But then I meet the waiter, and the waiter I know that 20 years ago. He goes,
Yes.
"I was the 10. Maybe this was about 10 years ago. Joe, I waited on you. This is what it's like in Lake City
Yeah.
for me. It's like hometown. I waited on you 10 years ago." At Bobby Flay's at the Borgata, they said, and it was great. I said, I remember. I was with Craig Carton at the time, and Craig's wife. I remember that, and I remember I said, I remember
Yeah,
that guy,
yeah.
and that's what it's like. It's like family. It's all like family here because the town is a small town in that regard. I think Vegas is pretty much like that. So it's nice to see. And when I tell you, as you listen, it's so busy down here. It's so busy. It's like, what pandemic? They are back, and we are back in a big way. And we kept postponing this event, kept postponing it. But you know what? Now we are here, and all the police officers are here, all the community leaders are here, and we're having a great, great time at the Law Enforcement Against Drugs conference. We'll be here tomorrow as well. And when we come back, Congressman Steve Scalise is with us, who is a true American hero. This man is physically strong, mentally strong, on top of his game, watching out for the great America that you and I love. We are so fortunate to have Steve Scalise, a gentleman like this, representing us in the House down there and representing Louisiana's 1st District. Nick DeMoro is going to join. He's the Chief Executive Officer. He's the boss. He's the good guy of Law Enforcement Against Drugs. They're all good guys here, but he's the guy that put it all together. And Alan Dershowitz will join us, Joe Grano as well. And can I grab a quick phone call, Matt, if I may? Let's go to Matthew, kind enough to call before we break. Matthew, good morning. What's on your mind this morning?
Good morning. Thank you, Joe. And that was a wonderful guest, that lady who was in law enforcement. And
Thank you.
speaking of
Yeah.
law enforcement, which the
Yes.
Democrats have completely failed at, just look at the out-of-control crime in the cities and the border where they're knowingly letting criminals in. Its good news is parents across our country are in front of school boards speaking out against critical race theory. Joe, critical race theory is child abuse because they teach children to hate themselves, to hate others, to hate our police, and to hate our country. That is abusive, just as confusing an elementary school child as to whether they are a boy or a girl. That's child abuse also. They are speaking out, and they are pushing back. Thank God.
Yep. All right. Matthew, thank you. You know what? You're absolutely right. They're teaching kids, and they're going into, and we could talk about it ad nauseum, what they're doing and what they're not doing. But the good thing, that's why we are here at LEAD, at Law Enforcement Against Drugs, the police, and that great gal you're talking about, Matthew, Linda Williams. She is the national president of NOBLE, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. She teaches down in Tennessee, where she's from, served valiantly in the Secret Service for the United States of America. I have my Secret Service pin on.
Yeah.
She goes, "That's Secret Service?" She goes, "It is." And that's exactly what we're talking about. We can take it back. You can take it because there is, in my opinion, a concerted effort to do everything that's bad and wrong to take down this country that will jump on it. No one's got the guts to stick it out and talk honestly about it, as we do on the show every morning. And we will continue to do so. And I know we got a break, but when you get an organization like LEAD, or we're at different organizations that are doing so well in the stressed areas of America, in the inner cities, that's the way you do it. You go back, and you have to go back into the communities. You can't just do one broad stroke and say this is going to work for everybody. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. This critical race theory will work for everybody. No, it's not going to work, and it's wrong. And people are ticked off, they're fed up, and they're stepping up. Joe Piscopo on the radio. Congressman Steve Scalise will join us momentarily. Debbie's right here by my side, as it should be, doing the traffic on AM 970, The Answer. Thanks, Deb.
Thanks, Joe. And if you're heading to the Atlantic City Expressway right now, heading down toward the area of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, no problems to report here on the Atlantic City Expressway. Let's see what's happening over on the island right now. Heading to 112 northbound at Jane Boulevard, getting up through Port Jeff Station. Looks like they're just cleaning up an accident, so expect some delays there. We're also seeing some stop-and-go traffic as you take a ride to the eastbound side of the Gowanus. Stop-and-go traffic getting up and out toward 38th Street. The outbound Gowanus over by 38th Street. Looks like they just cleaned up an accident there as well. Traffic is still slowing down on the Cross Bronx eastbound out by Castle Hill Avenue. It's an accident with 2 lanes blocked, and that's causing quite a delay as well as you head to the Cross Bronx East out by Castle Hill Avenue. Let's see what's happening as you take it to the inbound GWB about 20 minutes into town. Lincoln 15. Holland Tunnel still waiting about 25 minutes in from both approaches, so expect some delays there as well. And on the FDR Drive heading northbound, getting up through the 60s, it's an unauthorized box truck over there. Hazy, hot, humid today, high of 90. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
In an era where it's tough to know which news outlet to trust, at a time where it's difficult to find facts, not just opinion, there is an oasis in the news desert. It's the Katz Roundtable. John Catsimatidis, the personification of the American dream, who built a multi-billion-dollar business empire, talks with some of the nation's top newsmakers who are shaping the news cycle in the city, the country, and the world. Catch the Katz Roundtable every Sunday morning, starting at 8 on AM 970. The Answer.
It's time to plan your next big vacation. Larry Elder here to stunningly beautiful Homer, Alaska. Imagine the scenic beauty of Alaska's lush green wilderness, abundant wildlife, activities and adventures on air, land, and sea. The long summer days means the fun never stops. And did you know Homer, Alaska is a food lover's paradise with world-class dining experiences, local breweries and wineries, and a wide variety of restaurants specializing in farm-to-table fresh ingredients, from burgers to fine gourmet dining, and fresh local seafood like halibut, salmon, and fresh oysters harvested that day. After that, stroll the sunlit beach and fishing village. Enjoy live music, fine shops, museums, and art galleries. Homer, Alaska has it all. For travel, tours, and accommodations, visit homeralaska.org. That's HOMER Alaska.org. For an Alaskan-sized adventure and memories to last a lifetime, go to homeralaska.org.
Listen to us online at am970theanswer.com. Tune in, iHeart, Alexa, or Odyssey.com.
Hey, Joe on the radio. Great to have you with us on AM 970, The Answer. It's great. We're trying. Oh, you can't make it up. It's okay. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just do and we'll talk. If folks come up, I mean, I'm trying to clear the table off because it's got French toast all over it, and we want to take pictures. Congressman Steve Scalise is standing by. I'm telling you about Relief Factor because I love you, and you could go to relieffactor.com. No, it's okay. Joe, can you please help me out? Thank you. They're stealing my food now. Thank you very much. It's fine. We got to. Where's the camera? Where's the camera when you need it? Relief Factor is at relieffactor.com, or you could call 800-500-8384. 800-500-8384. You can be out of pain. You got back pain? You got back pain, shoulder pain, neck, hip, knee, foot pain, all of the above? I'm right with you. You're working out too much, getting older, whatever it is, you want 100% drug-free Relief Factor. Go to relieffactor.com. Get that 3-week quick start. It's only $19.95. The 3-week quick start, here's the number, 800-500-8384.
America First with Sebastian Gorka. Coming up at 3 on AM 970. The Answer.
Hey, Joe on the radio, great to have you with us. I'm proud to bring to the airwaves Steve Scalise. He is the congressman representing Louisiana's 1st District, one of the great Americans of our time. And we are just so fortunate to have this gentleman represent us down in the swamp, if you will, as the House Minority Whip. Congressman, welcome back to the show. Just awesome to have you with us, sir.
Hey, my friend Joe, it's always great to be back with you. How are things up in New York?
You know what? I was thinking about you, Steve, because we're at the Hard Rock Casino, and it's a great organization, Law Enforcement Against Drugs. We're getting law enforcement to join together with community leaders to stop the bullying and the violence and everything that we see. And but it's Jersey, so it's a zoo. I got my food on the table. They're trying to take that away from me. I got people running around. People are coming up to me as we're talking. It is the best of Jersey, and I know you understand that. Hey, Steve, let me ask you something, Congressman, if I may. So I saw you on TV. Thank you for your fight. We'll get into the issues of the day. You are from the great state of Louisiana, and I know Frank Maselli in the name of Joe, the late great Joe Maselli, and we are going to go down there, Steve, sooner than later. We're going to break bread down in your neighborhood. I don't detect a Louisiana accent when you are on national television, sir. Did you ever have the accent? Did you work on? I mean, where is it, Steve? I mean, if I may ask.
I never did. I grew up. So I was born in the city of New Orleans, but I grew up in the suburbs. So I got, I guess one of those suburban accents. But there's surely a lot of people around the city of New Orleans that have different dialects depending on which neighborhood. There are a lot of, you're from the Ninth Ward, you're from Bucktown. There's a lot of different dialects, and the food though is great everywhere you go, as you know.
Well, Steve, you look great. I mean, you look great after all that you went through. So God bless you, because I know that was a struggle for you, and you're at the top of your game, and we appreciate it. And getting to the issues of the day, Congressman Scalise, if we may, sir. Kamala finally made her trip down to the southern border. It wasn't really the southern border. It was, she was about 800 miles or so from where the Rio Grande. But I guess we got to take what we can get. I mean, how do you convince this administration that they're not taking care of the problem, Congressman?
Yeah, clearly she didn't go to the areas where the main crossings are. I went, many of my other colleagues went to areas like McAllen, Texas. You could see the Rio Grande. And in fact, you see, once you get out there, I mean, just droves and droves of people coming across illegally. It's like saying there's a problem in Philadelphia, and so you go to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's the distance between where she was from where the real problems are with illegal crossings. But it shows you that the pressure is building. The fact that the American people have finally said, what is she doing? She's the vice president of the United States. President Biden put her in charge of this crisis that President Biden created, and now she won't even go there. So she was shamed into going to, quote, unquote, the border, but as we all know, she wasn't anywhere near the area of the border where the problems are. And she's not, more importantly, Joe, she's not doing anything to try to address the problems that she and President Biden created themselves that started this crisis.
It's so true, Congressman. And what's upsetting to me, and I know it is to you as well, first of all, we support, and when we have Tom Homan on, some of the Homeland Security folks from the last administration, Ken Cuccinelli and those guys, and Mark Morgan, we all support the Border Patrol down there, the men and women in the dust, eating literally dust every single day, and having to be distracted by the coyotes and the drug runners and the human traffickers. My heart, as the bleeding heart that I am, sir, goes out to the children. And it was nice, it's nice to see President Trump mention that at his speech over the weekend. What about the kids? Congressman, how does this administration, how does Kamala, as a mom, how does she not care about the kids? Or they have that Mylar on them? You were down there, Steve Scalise. Tell us about that and the horror that these children are going through and that this administration refuses to take care of.
Yeah, it's nothing short of child abuse what they're doing to the kids at facilities like the Donna Detention Facility, which I went to. And you see kids You know, they talked about cages during the Trump's administration. Trump was carrying out improving upon the Obama policies. What they're doing now, you would have these little containment cells, call them whatever you want, cages, but that were designed for maybe 25 people that had over 400 in them. And oh, by the way, this is in the middle of a pandemic where CDC guidelines were completely being violated. Even Dr. Fauci said that Biden was violating the CDC guidelines at these facilities. They'd shut your restaurant down if you were running your restaurant that way. But then if you look at the policies, the clear things they did, there was an agreement that President Trump negotiated with Mexico. It's called the Remain in Mexico policy, where someone was coming seeking asylum. You had to wait in Mexico to have your claim heard. And oh, lo and behold, over 95% of those claims are rejected because they're not fleeing places where they think they're going to die. They're fleeing places primarily where they just think they can get better living conditions coming to the United States. You go to New York, they're going to give you $15,000 of taxpayer money for being there illegally. So that was the magnet driving them there. But Biden got rid of the Remain in Mexico policy. He got rid of the policies that the Northern Triangle agreements with Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. But then if you talk to the Border Patrol agents like I did, they'll tell you. I mean, we met with over 100 Border Patrol agents, wonderful people, heroes doing wonderful work. They want to be stopping the drug dealers. They want to be stopping the coyotes who are making millions of dollars a day off of this illegal enterprise at our border, where literally you've got the drug cartels of Mexico controlling America's southern border. But the Border Patrol agents tell you the things that need to change right now, all of which President Biden created and which President Biden could reverse with a signature on a pen. He doesn't need a change in law. And yet they won't do it because they don't want to. They want people to come in illegally. And so, if that's what your problem is with the law, why don't you propose a bill to change the law? They haven't done that because they don't care about these kids. They don't care about the problem they're creating. They're sending these people that are coming across illegally to cities all over America, and they won't even be honest with the American people about where they're going. They could show up in a town near you. If they don't speak English, they're going to be in your public school systems. They're going to be on your local, all your different welfare programs. What's going to happen to these kids? They don't know and they don't care because this is about this political ideology that they have, and these kids are pawns in their game, and it's disgusting.
Congressman Steve Scalise speaking the truth with Joe Piscopo on AM 970 The Answer. And Congressman, we appreciate your valuable time, but what's upsetting too, I remember, I'm older than you are, Steve, if I may, and it's like I remember Eric Severide. I remember Huntley and Brinkley when I was a child. I remember these, what they called news reporters. Even Cronkite, as liberal as he was, Walter Cronkite, he was objective in his reporting. Why, in the name of goodness gracious, is there not a 60 Minutes piece on exactly everything you just talked about, Steve Scalise? They just won't go down.
You know this, and I know this, Joe. If Donald Trump was still president today, which I wish he was, but if he was still president, they would be doing this story every day, and it would write itself.
Yes,
the story would write itself
over and over again.
The president created this problem. Look at what damage he's doing to these kids and their families, separating kids from parents. He's doing all of this, and he could reverse it today with the signature of a pen. If I change the words Joe Biden for Donald Trump, that would be the lead on 60 Minutes once a week, and it would be the lead on the nightly news. And the problem with the media is because it's Joe Biden, not Donald Trump, they don't care about it.
That's so true. Congressman, we got to let you go, I know, but thank you for looking into the origin of this CCP virus. God bless you for that. We broke the news on the show with our friend Gordon Chang and Peter Navarro. Certainly, they jumped on. We know that it came from the Wuhan Institute of Virology. We knew it came there. Was it created for whatever reason? We don't know, but it did get out. You and a few others, and only a few others, are going up against Communist China, and we thank you for that, sir, because we don't want this to happen, Steve. Any headway in that regard before we let you go, sir?
Yeah, Joe, we need to get to the bottom of this. We've been calling for this hearing for over a year. Democrats, Speaker Pelosi, will not hold the hearing. She refuses. She's covering up for China, whatever she might know that she doesn't want to show. Like, what's the problem with just having a hearing and say, let's find out facts about the origin of a virus that killed 600,000 Americans? And they called us conspiracy theorists, and then lo and behold, evidence actually started coming out that yes, it may have actually started in the lab. We're having the hearing tomorrow. House Republicans, I just said, let's just do our own hearing. So we invited some medical experts. We've got some top scientists who are going to come and shed light on this. And it's going to be tomorrow at noon at the nation's capital. And I think we're all going to learn a lot more. But frankly, we weren't able to get all the witnesses because we don't have subpoena powers. But at least some stepped up and said, I've got information I want to share with the country. So we're going to get that out there. I think you're going to see a lot of people cover this story, and it might shame the Democrats into doing a hearing of their own.
Congressman Scalise, you're an American hero. You're grounded. You're a decent gentleman. You're a good guy, and you get it. And we thank you for that, Steve. God bless you. Godspeed, sir. I can't wait to see you in person, Congressman.
Always great being with you. We're going to break some bread at a good restaurant in New Orleans, and I can't wait for that, Joe.
Thank you.
Steve, God bless you.
God bless you, too, as well, sir. Congressman Steve Scalise, right there. They're doing just such a brilliant job in Washington. We so appreciate that. Hey, it's Joe on the radio. Nick DeMoro. He is the CEO of Law Enforcement Against Drugs. Nick's going to join us momentarily. Big Al standing by with the headline news just for yous right here at 8:35 on AM 970. The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
72 degrees at 8:35. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. At least 11 firefighters are hurt after battling a blaze in the Bronx. Flames broke out at a furniture store on Burnside Avenue around 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Units were on the scene within 3 minutes of receiving the call to the 4-alarm blaze. FDNY Assistant Chief Joseph Jardin says none of the firefighters' injuries are life-threatening. Temperatures are rising across the tri-state as summer kicks into full gear. A heat advisory issued throughout the area beginning at noon today. Temperatures set to reach the mid-90s, but could feel like 100 degrees as the day goes on. For now, the heat advisory is in effect until Tuesday night. Meantime, Con Edison is reassuring its customers it's ready to respond to any outages that might occur due to this week's heat and humidity. In sports, Red Sox crushed the Yankees 9-2, sweep the 3-game series. Meanwhile, the Mets, they were doubled up by the Phillies 4-2. They split that weekend series. The Amazons, though, still hold a 4-game lead over the Nationals. They are in our nation's capital tonight for a COVID makeup game. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
Hey, good morning, Al. We're going to go to the Bronx, over on the Cross Bronx eastbound at Castle Hill Avenue. It's an accident. It's taking out the right lane. Expect delays there. Kind of busy on the Bruckner westbound getting out toward the Bronx River Parkway with another collision. Remember, alternate side parking rules are in effect. The FDR Drive northbound up through the 60s. It's an unauthorized truck, and that's what's causing the delay there. We're still seeing some volume here on the Grand Central Parkway westbound as you head right out toward Kew Garden, so expect some stop-and-go traffic. Heading to the LIE westbound, slowing down through Casino Boulevard, getting out toward the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Inbound GWB about 20 minutes into town. Lincoln Tunnel 15, Holland about 20 to 25 from both approaches. And taking a ride to the Garden State Parkway northbound at 150. It looks like an accident over on the ramp. Staten Island Expressway eastbound getting out toward Highland Boulevard. A collision, no problems on the Atlantic City Expressway getting out toward the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino heading out to the Lead Conference. It looks like partly cloudy today, hazy, hot, humid, high of 90. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Sponsored by Nature Valley. Enjoy the energizing power of the outdoors. We recommend a mid-morning break in nature. Studies show spending time in nature helps people manage stress. So get outside and make your morning break better with Nature Valley Granola Bar.
Hey, Joe on the radio. Hi, can I tell you about Rhino Shield? Thank you, Mary. We got a table. I got water. We cleaned it. It looks so clean here. Thank you, Mary. It's like we are just nice and clean. We good? We good? We're clean? Al, everything okay with you? Good. Hey, let me tell you about Rhino Shield because I love it. I love Rhino Shield. I love Susan. So I have a house where it's in the woods. I always have to. Thank you, Debbie. It's always so. I have to repaint it. I had to repaint it for years, and then I heard about Rhino Shield, but I never called. That's why I say to you this morning, Rhino Shield's that ceramic coating. It's guaranteed for 25 years to never chip, peel, or mold. And Susan at Rhino Shield will give you a free on-the-spot estimate, 877-744-6608, a free on-the-spot estimate. RhinoShieldofNY.com. I'm telling you all the vital stats here in Rhino Shield. And Susan is offering you no payments, no interest financing for an entire year. You know, I'm the father of 3 beautiful children. And when I see a woman like Susan, who is an independent businesswoman, the only woman representative for all of Rhino Shield all across America, it makes me proud to tell you about Susan at Rhino Shield. And that, I have my deck Rhino Shielded. I got my house Rhino Shielded. I got my roof. I got the Super Shield on my roof. You got to do it for your business, for your house. And it sticks to anything, brick, stucco. I don't even know what my house was, but it stuck to it. And I was very, very happy. And all I know is I don't have to paint it again. So thank you, Susan. 877-744-6608. Don't forget, no payments, no interest financing for an entire year. 877-744-6608. Go to rhinoshieldofny.com. Rhino Shield. It's not paint.
Hi, AM 970 listeners. Steve Adubato here. On One, we go in-depth and up close on the issues that matter to you.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
So check out my show, One, weeknights at 7 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on WNET 13 and online on NJ.com.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. Catch my friend Steve and his great lineup of guests every weeknight on One with Steve Adubato.
There is an answer to the mess we are in today in this country. There's a reason so many young people are being led astray. We have to fight back and protect the country we know and love. There's one who knows the way out of this mess. Charlie Kirk has the answer. He's relentless. He will not stop till he reaches every person who will hear. Listen to him every day, everywhere you find podcasts. The Charlie Kirk Show, now on a podcast near you.
Listen to us online at am970theanswer.com. Tune in, iHeart, Alexa, or Odyssey.com.
Joe Piscopo, Nick DeMoro's coming up. Only Italians. Gattulo's here, Sibilia's here. Only Italians. This portion of the program. Steve Scalise, nice Italian-American. I'm just saying, can I tell you about Tanya Helfand? Not Italian, but she is the gal that you need to watch your back if you're going through a divorce. And I don't go, you know what, do what you can not to go through the divorce, because I've been through a couple of them, and it ain't fun. I will tell you this, as you get older, all the bitterness and all the anger and frustration go away, but you need someone like Tanya to watch your back. She's a certified matrimonial attorney in New York and Jersey for 29 years. She's great, by the way.
She'll negotiate the rollout bed for you tonight if you need it.
I should call Tanya.
Just saying.
Oh, my gosh. Tanya's here. You know, their expertise is in family law, of course, and they represent both men and women in family law matters. Custody, alimony, child support, complex financial issues. I wouldn't know about any of that. Ooh, you need someone to watch your back. Helfand and Associates got your back. 973-428-0800. Schedule a free consultation or email Tanya at Tanya@TanyaHelfand.com. Tanya@TanyaHelfand.com. You know, Tanya always says divorce is not the end of the family. It's the beginning of a new, hopefully, happier life. Hey, be sure to, everybody's talking about Tanya's new show on AM 970, The Answer. Should I stay or should I go? Isn't that a great name for a divorce show? Should I stay? Should I go? She'll give you any advice that you need. Sundays, 5 p.m., Tanya Helfand from Helfand and Associates right here on AM 970, The Answer.
Did you listen to our podcasts? Hear them now on our website at am970theanswer.com.
I'm here. Hey, Joe on the radio, and I'm proud. I have Nick DeMoro next to me, and he's been a friend for so many years. I feel like he's a friend. We're talking about everything else, and he is the chairman. He's the CEO and the boss, the chief executive officer, executive director of Law Enforcement Against Drugs. Nick, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
You know what? I am so proud to be here. I'm so proud that you're here. I cannot believe that you have just expanded LEAD to the degree that you have. God bless you for that, man.
Well, you know what? There's a demand for it, Joe. We need to do things positively.
Yeah.
You know, everyone is focused on law enforcement's negatives, and I'm focused on the 99.9% positive of law enforcement.
God bless you. I can't believe we're talking with folks that have so much experience that are kind enough to join us. And now I love that everybody's talking about Linda Williams, how great she was. She was Secret Service for years.
Yes.
You know, now head of NOBLE, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. You know, John Lindsay doing a great job. Everybody doing such a great job. Is it when you go to a school, Nick, and you say, look, we want to go in and we want to stop bullying. We want to stop violence. We want to step up and stop drugs. And you're an officer. Do you get resistance at first?
No, not at all. And we don't tell them, we teach them.
Yeah.
We educate them. We prevent them to make good decisions.
Yeah,
and that's what it's about.
Yeah, you got to go in. And I said to Linda, too, I said, you go in uniform, which is great if you go in uniform, huh?
We do. And we also, what's unique about our organization is we're agency-based. So when our instructors go in, as long as the agency is a part of it, we'll train to work with teachers, prevention specialists. We want the whole community involved with us.
Yeah, it's the way you got to do it. And educators that are all down here now. So this now more than ever is so needed. With the crime spiking, just last night a shooting in Times Square, everybody, they're defunding the police, and you guys are stepping up, law enforcement against drugs, in such a stellar fashion. What's going on that we have coming up at the conference here?
Well, the conference today, we have a unique thing. We're training all of our instructors and officers in digital threat assessment.
Yeah, what's that, like online?
Exactly. It's where we train communities to understand the threat that digital communication has for their communities. You don't realize that drug dealers are using Facebook and Instagram to effectuate their deals and so on and so forth.
It gets me crazy if I can stop you there for 2 seconds, Nick. So you got Facebook, you got people on that are being carried by Facebook, carried by Google, and carried over all of the communications that our kids deal with. Drug dealers get right through.
Sure. Well, it's just like gangs when they use codes and bandanas and hand signals.
Yeah.
There are different codes they have to, what may look.
So you're telling everybody what to look for.
Exactly. We train the police officers in the school districts in what to look for to see what can be happening in their schools.
Well, is there any way you could tell, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg, can any of these guys, because all I know, I can't get enough Twitter followers because, God forbid, I said I voted for Donald Trump. They think I'm the enemy,
Well, that's true.
But they won't go after folks that are really for a foremost threat now. Present.
It's really high tech, and we're proud to work with Safer Schools together.
Cool.
To make that happen.
This is great. And you got I tell you what, and behind us is the Marquettas Arena here at the Hard Rock Hotel. It's so crowded, and you built a great stage for tonight for the B Street Band. Thank you for bringing my boy in, Mikey.
Yeah.
You have your son, Nick, here. He's doing a great job with us on the radio station. I know you're proud of your son. And your whole family is down here, Nick DeMora. We appreciate that. But it's now, and I hear this is huge. You have Colonel Callahan, head of the New Jersey State Police, tomorrow.
He'll be here tomorrow morning.
Huge.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to him tonight about coming on your show.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great because I know Pat. I know him. He's a great guy. You know what he did? I'm going to talk to him about it if he comes on down here in Atlantic City. They went on horseback. Did you see that? The New Jersey State Police, they went right into the community of Atlantic City, and they gave horseback rides on the state trooper, mounted police force, and it was a beautiful thing. That's what you're doing, is getting into the communities.
Absolutely. Pat's a great guy. He's done a great job with the whole COVID
Not
situation.
Italian, but he is a great guy.
Yeah, there are people that are not Italian, Joe. Or they want to be. Maybe he's a wannabe.
No, he is great. He is so great. And we're so happy to have him in the state of New Jersey. So tell us what you're going on today, and then tomorrow. This goes on for a couple of days, and people will then go back to their communities, and you'll teach them about digital threats. You'll teach them about how to deal with the gang violence in school.
We also have an expert today coming in on dealing with this whole new cannabis legislation in the state.
I don't want to. I'm going to sound like a dinosaur for a second.
Well, I am too. I'm going to go in the same direction.
What is that? How could you? Look, I get it. I totally get it. But honestly, how is a cop going to tell if someone's impaired and then pull him over while he's driving? He's going to see the eyes dilated, and then he's going to pull over, and there's a lawsuit right there.
Absolutely, it's handcuffed the police.
Yep,
and it's put them in a no-win situation. Where, again, people are going to cry out anti-police when they're just trying to do their job.
Is there any device that you have to stop to know that you could, like a breathalyzer of sorts?
I'm sure there are people trying to develop it to make a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
but there is not. Right now, there is none.
Yeah.
It's really scary,
And going into the stressed areas, Nick DeMora, law enforcement against drugs, you're going into the stressed areas where crime has just skyrocketed. And I must say, to those of us who live in New Jersey, I don't want to jinx it, but cities like Camden have really come back. Cities like Newark who are really shining. There's always going to be an incident here and there. Around the rest of the country, homicides, murders, all over, crime is spiking dramatically.
You know what's great about our program, Joe? We're a universal prevention strategy. What I mean is our curriculum is designed for rural, suburban, and inner city.
Yeah, it's great.
So we touch a kid is a kid.
Yeah, and the opioid epidemic.
Oh, that's still alive. I mean, the whole situation during COVID, it's intensified throughout the country. Overdose rates are going up. It's just a shame. You know, people more focused on presidential issues than
or the teaching things in school when
Right.
they should be teaching how to stay off of drugs. Tell me about the problem in the suburbs. You know, I live in rural Hunterdon County in New Jersey, beautiful Hunterdon County. Everybody's got a drug situation everywhere, and you can't. There's not a community that's safe from that, and that's what you're teaching the kids for early on.
You know what? We can't. We also there's a stigma to people who have an addiction problem. We need to help them.
Yeah.
We're not here to hurt them.
Amen. Amen.
You know, we're here to help them, and we have to stop with this. We need to help people.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's exactly what Lead's doing. Law Enforcement Against Drugs. Nick DeMore put it together. I've been trying to do this for years. God bless you for what you're doing, my friend.
Well, you are doing it every day, Joe.
We're trying.
You're doing it every day,
to
my
fight,
friend.
man. Well, we appreciate you coming on the air. You appreciate you being a part of us, our mission, you know, that just makes sense. And to go out there. And then I meet all the good folks of law enforcement and all the
Yeah,
community
to believe,
leaders.
you know, we were the last conference in Atlantic City before COVID. Right? And we're the first big conference in Atlantic City since COVID.
Yeah, is that right? The first one back. That's huge what you did.
Yeah, so that's pretty impressive.
It's great. Just don't, again, don't keep me up too late tonight because I do have to go for tomorrow's show.
We moved dinner up early, Joe, for you. We did that.
They really did. I'm like the old guy. I said, what the? We got a 3 o'clock.
So, but yeah, the problem is 3 o'clock dinner. I don't know.
What? Okay, I got to get up.
We that opened the restaurant early. You know?
Nick, good to see you. I know Joe Grano is here, and all of our friends are here, and we'll be chatting with them as well. And Nick DeMore, God bless you for all you're doing. Godspeed.
And
my
our
friend.
board chairman's coming up, too,
Yeah.
Bob Cooley. He's running for sheriff.
Yeah,
That's
in
gonna
Bergen
be
County.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, buddy.
But listen, Nick, I'll see you out there. Thank you for the hard work, my friend. God bless you. Godspeed. It's Law Enforcement Against Drugs. You got to go to leaddrugs.org. Debbie is here in the house live, 8:51, and she's got traffic for you on AM 970, The Answer.
And good morning, Joe. Thank you so much. And if you're going to be heading to the Atlantic City Expressway right now, getting down toward the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, you're moving fine on the Atlantic City Expressway. No problems at all heading down toward the Lead Conference. Let's see what's happening as we head outside to the FDR Drive. FDR Drive northbound, you're moving slowly up through the 60s. It's an unauthorized box truck in the way, and he's in the center lane, so that's what's causing the delay there. Pretty busy on the LIE westbound, getting out toward Utopia Parkway and getting right out toward the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Earlier problems on the Bruckner cleared. Inbound GWB, a 20-minute delay in. Lincoln 15, Holland still 20 to 25 in from both approaches. We're still seeing delays on the Harlem River Drive, southbound down through the 120s with an accident as well. And the Garden State Parkway northbound at 150, it's an accident on the ramp. Another hot day today, hazy, hot, humid, high of about 90 degrees. I'm Debbie Duhame from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Looking for advice on that new place you call home? Tune into the one and only Ion Real Estate. It's a seller's market right now, so let Dottie and her team of experts help you navigate the tricky waters of real estate. Dottie even has the scoop on celebrity real estate. Tune in every Saturday as Citizens Bank Senior Vice President Ace joins Dottie and offers listeners free advice on the mortgage process. Join in every Saturday morning at 10 on AM 970, The Answer.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
It's pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
To remind pet owners that Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge, we decided to make a really cute pet-themed radio commercial. Can you hear that, puppy? If you could see this, you would melt. I mean, just the softest fur. Oh, wait, he's trying to open this box now, and oh, the box is filled with kittens. If only there was some way you could see this. What a glaring oversight.
Get coverage for your pets with an auto policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Have you ever had a legal question about elder law or estate law? Every Wednesday night during Kevin McCullough's show, you'll hear from Mike Connors himself of Connors & Sullivan, attorneys at law, answering real listener questions. Simply email that question to askmikeconnors@gmail.com or call Mike's office at 718-238-6500, 718-238-6500. And don't forget to tune in to Ask the Lawyer with Mike Connors Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. on AM 970 The Answer and Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on AM 570 The Mission. Hey, Joe on the radio on AM 970 The Answer, live from the Hard Rock. Weather's coming up. It's 8:54. You know what I want to do, guys? What I really want to do, I'm going to put it out there because I asked. I don't know, Frankie V, maybe Mary.
We got it.
I want to follow. Mary, do you know Frank Siller? With the Tunnel to Towers. I want to go to Shanksville. Can we go to Shanksville? Let's do it. I talked to Frankie V about it. I don't know if that you could handle that. You're doing everything else this morning. So I thought I'd ask that for you. But Mary's one of our superstar sales gal who put this together here with Stacy and with Nick DeMoro. I'm proud to be here. But Frank Siller's a buddy. I've known him for over 10 years. Tunnel to Towers. You know all about how they're honoring Gold Star and fallen first responder families with young children, the catastrophically injured veterans, first responders, with 200 mortgage-free homes. And so Frank he's paying tribute by walking from the Pentagon to Shanksville onto Ground Zero. That's 500 miles, more than 500 miles, through 6 states in 42 days. That's for the month of August right through 9/11. Towers of light are going to shine at the Pentagon and Shanksville memorials in remembrance. The names of those we lost to 9/11 related illness that you don't hear about. Well, they are having their names read aloud at a special ceremony on September 12th. Also, this is another first. On Veterans Day, the names of all we lost in the War on Terror will also be said aloud. And that is on Veterans Day. So do good. Please help America to never forget. We're going to ask you for $11 a month. $11 a month. I'm telling you. I got to tell you that I'm so proud to tell you about Tunnel to Towers. And when I tell you, and I hesitate to ask for things, but when I say $11 a month and it really helps out the Gold Star families, the catastrophically injured who put their lives on the line for us, literally, you go to T2T.org, T2T.org. It's T, the number 2, and then T.org. We're proud to tell you, and we thank the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Ben Shapiro, coming up at 5 on AM 970. The Answer.
Thank you. Hey, Joe on the radio and Rob Miller's on the roads out there. Debbie's doing traffic. We got Rob Miller's doing weather with Joe Lundberg. And as it's traveling, if I was up to you, I would just stay home. Rob, how hot is it going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be hot the next few days. 93 for a high today, 95 tomorrow and Wednesday. So, yeah, stay inside. Drink plenty of fluids if you're going out and about. Should stay dry for the next couple of days, and then we will see some changes with thunderstorms on Thursday and some cooler weather Friday into the weekend.
Yeah, stay home if you can. I mean, that's my advice. Thank you, Rob. Well done indeed. Hey, Chief Robert Kugler he's the chairman of Law Enforcement Against Drugs. Alan Dershowitz is on the show. We're going to talk about Mayor Giuliani's suspension from practicing law in New York and the Freedom Fund to support Mayor Giuliani. Joe Grano is a tough guy. What he went through in Vietnam for the United States, how he got catastrophically injured, went on to become a Wall Street icon. And he now is down here helping out law enforcement against drugs. You know what? So many great things happening in America. So many great things happening throughout New Jersey. And at every corner of this great country, there's so much good happening. And you're not going to hear it anywhere else but right here on the Piscopo Show, live from Atlantic City on AM 970, The Answer.